Imagine a time when civilization seemed to vanish. Knowledge was forgotten, and war and famine ruled the land. This was the so-called Dark Ages. But what if history isn't telling us the full story? What if something much stranger was happening? Were there lost years in our timeline, a hidden, advanced civilization? Or, dare I say, was the Dark Ages actually a reset to keep humanity under control? What if I told you that nearly 300 years of history never happened? That's exactly what German historian Heribert Illig proposed in the 1990s. According to the phantom time hypothesis, the years 614 to 911 AD were completely made up, a fabrication by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III and Pope Sylvester II to legitimize their rule and place themselves in the year 1000. The theory argues that historical records from this time are strangely scarce. Architecture didn't advance, and even major historical figures like Charlemagne might have been fictional. So, are we actually living in the 1700s right now? Well, probably not. Archaeological evidence, like carbon dating, confirms artifacts and structures from this time period. But it does raise a fascinating question. How much of history is truly accurate, and how much was rewritten by those in power? We've been told that the Dark Ages were a time of ignorance and superstition, where science was suppressed by the Church. But what if that's not entirely true? Some believe that the Church may have intentionally hidden or restricted knowledge to maintain control. Lost scientific discoveries, ancient Greek and Roman texts, and even potential technological advancements were kept away from the general public. While it's true that religious institutions preserved knowledge, they also decided who got to read it. Could there have been a secret scientific community, developing technology far ahead of their time, only to be silenced? But what if the Dark Ages weren't just about lost knowledge? What if they were about something far more sinister, erasing an entire movement of rebellion and resetting civilization back into submission? Think about it. What happens when people rise up against the system? They are crushed to zero. But what if the rebellion was so massive, so widespread, that the only way to stop it was to wipe out everyone who knew the truth? Could the Dark Ages have been a forced amnesia, a reset to remove dangerous ideas that threatened those in power? What if the Dark Ages weren't just dark because knowledge was lost, but because knowledge was hunted? What if anyone who could remember the past, anyone who held the truth, was eliminated? Here's where it gets terrifying. Could this happen again? If the Dark Ages were truly a coordinated effort to reset civilization, then we have to ask, what happens if humanity rebels today? Would history be erased again? Would knowledge be hidden once more? Would those who remember be silenced? Think about it. We're already seeing books banned, ideas controlled, and technology used to rewrite narratives. Could we be heading toward a new kind of Dark Age? One not of ignorance, but of deliberate deception? What if the Dark Ages weren't just caused by war and ignorance, but by a global disaster that wiped out much of civilization? In 536 AD, historical records speak of a sunless summer, where temperatures plummeted, crops failed, and famine spread. Scientists now believe this was caused by a massive volcanic eruption, possibly in Iceland or Central America, which led to a volcanic winter. But here's the twist. Could it have been something even bigger? A comet impact? A cosmic event that changed human history? Could the Dark Ages have been a post-apocalyptic period that we never recognized? So, was the Dark Ages really just a time of ignorance? Or was it a massive reset to erase rebellion eliminate knowledge, and control humanity. Could it happen again? I want to hear from you. What do you think? Were the Dark Ages just a dark chapter of history, or were they something far more sinister? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you love unraveling history's greatest mysteries, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Because here at the Theory Codex, we're only scratching the surface of the unknown.